v'tzedo eyamcho beis Yisroel kulano yoidei shemecha v'loidei soyrosecha Agud Yontif Raboisai. All we need is David, and we're good to go. We don't need 100 people there. Raboisai. It's Erev Yontif. And we're doing extra shiurim so that everybody can be caught up. Today might be one of the big records. Mark Ashkenazi says it's a record. 6 shiurim in one day. And this is shiur number 4. So starting from this morning, from 7:10 this morning till about 1:30 a.m., so less than 24 hours, 6 shiurim. The big nace is that these are easier dapim of Chullin and short, very short dapim. So it might not be a record in terms of words, in terms of this. Okay, it's cool. Erev Yontif. Shkoyach for coming out, especially Shkoyach to Ari Simon, coming all the way from Beitar with his kid. His kid is doing Be'ez Hashem. You should see a lot of nachas from him. You should finish the Masechta. A good idea. He showed me he has a sign in his house of every daf and a picture of me and your son together. Gewaldik. Anything to motivate. Used to be made his bed, took out the garbage, one of those on the bed. Today it's the daf. This. There you're the Einikel. You brought him or he brought you? You have no shaykhs. You just happened to come together.
We met here.
You met here. Okay. So, reminder, I know it's Yontif right now and you guys are watching this on Yontif, so it's too late. But just in case there are people on Zoom right now and YouTube. So, Hayoim Tisha V'Arboim Yoim, it's so exciting to say it. Hayoim Tisha V'Arboim Yoim Sheim Shiva Shavuos La'omer or Ba'omer, and there are a few places across Eretz Yisrael that we have an official, first time ever, official MDY location, where MDY actually helped out monetarily to sponsor the refreshments in these places, and that's something that's going to continue in the future as well. Just to show the Olam, I showed the Israelis, maybe when they edit this, I don't know, to show the difference between 2 years ago, the Hebrew Shir, and what we had today, where there's a standing room only, basically, in the Hebrew Shir. A lot of people, Baruch Hashem. This is Mesechus Bava Metzia, and also a reminder to do every tefillin.
Erev Matan Torah Boisai. Lidu Nishma Simi Mirosirus Basmordechai.
Yeah, we spoke about that also. That there are different things. A lot of things changed. What?
Less gray.
Was there? I don't know if there's less gray. It's gradual. It's the same thing. That I wasn't. So why is this different? I don't know. It seems like the same thing. They put it in twice. I don't know why. No. Okay, same thing. Dear Rebelli, I'm 10 years old and I have done 125 dapim with MDY. I started, how old are you?
How old are you?
10, also 10. Givaldik. I started at the beginning of Menachas. I love it. Tzviki, Rabinowitz, Gateshead, UK. Started Makis. Oh, see, he didn't start Chul. I thought he started Chul.
He was on and off.
On and off.
He did last
So how many daf did you do total? Do you know?
He doesn't know how to count. It's not the same.
This is a very interesting email from Yanky Braun, Lekovet Matan Torah, so I'm reading it. Dear Rebelli, Rosh Chodesh Elul last year, Baruch Hashem, I made a commitment to completely stop looking at social media. But we know it says in Chumash, Vabor Reikim B'mayim, Rashi says, Ein B'mayim Nechoshev Akram Yesh Bo. This is from a Skver Chassid, Yanky Braun, from Skver. You can't leave it empty. Baruch Hashem, I started doing the daf with you, Rebelli, with Mesech Zvachim. Your videos, the Geshmak Torah, the humor, warm stories, and sweet entertainment of Torah filled that void for me. Instead of social media, another Geshmakster from Bitar, Shapsiko, and Yishkoch for coming. I found myself looking forward to the daf every day Is that why Mark was delaying us? He knew that you're on the way? You're shaking your head yes. He knew?
So
Wow. How long did it take you to get here?
20 minutes.
Wow. So
He's talking about the Hebrew shit.
wow. Your mom shot out of breath. You ran here all the way from Beitar? You helped turn what could have been an empty space into something full of Torah and Chizuk. Because he started learning Torah instead of being on social media. I think we could all learn from this person. Doing the daf day in and day out gave each yontiv much more meaning and depth. As Pesach came along, talking about the Korbanos, the Omer, etc. Now when Lag BaOmer came around, I was by the halacha of the Skver Rebbe. The singing and dancing had deeper meaning and emotion than any year before. Now here's the interesting part. 9 months later and change after starting Daf Yomi with you, the night of Lag BaOmer became a Zaidi for the first time. Leading up to the bris, we're sure that the baby's name was going to be Eli it was going to be after the grandfather of our son-in-laws. At the bris, as the Rebbe said the name, I needed to hear it twice to make sure I was hearing right. The baby's name is Shimon. Right after the Heilige Reb Shimon Bar Yochai. I truly feel that in the schus of Shimon's Torah, and through the consistency and inspiration of learning the Daf Yomi with your shiurim, tremendous bracha came into my life and family. So I wanted to thank you for all the Torah, chizuk, and positivity you bring to so many people every single day with tremendous hakaras hatoiv. Yanky Braun, skver, shkoyach. Very chashuv. We could all learn from him. He put his name out there. I admire that because a lot of people do that. B'yidum Shem. He put his name out there. Mesechta Zev and Yael Shulhof, Perik, the Benedict family. Daf Chav Beis, Yosef and Tamar Stern, as a schus for our son Yehuda Tzvi to grow up with health, Simchas HaChaim, and a deep commitment to Hashem. Amen. David Solomon, sponsor of the Masechta, dedicated memory of Avimoyri, Reb Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzidoiv. The Halachic Family Foundation, in gratitude to the consortium and the alliance and all they do to support MDY. Anonymous, Hatzlach Baruch of Gashmis, and thank you to Chief Benny. Anonymous for complete refor Shleiman, Arichas Yom, Talea Basester, B'Yom and Danielle Rosenfeld, Brios V'Simcha, Ari Simon, monthly sponsor, L'Refor Shleiman, Avi Mori, Baruch Ben Miriam, B'Yom and Danielle Rosenfeld, Parnas B'Shefa, weekly sponsors, the Spanish year sponsors, wishing the MDY family a good Yontiv and Chag Sameach. Yael Foundation team for the merit of Uri and Yael Paliavich and their children, Benjamin and Matt, Yesher Koyach. Anonymous, L'Refor Shleiman, for Avram, Yeshaya ben Slava Dvorah, and Rabbi Yerucham ben Yehudis. Shlomo Aviv Mustavsky, Nachman ben Nosson Mustavsky on his 50th yard side. Gimel Sivan, weekly sponsor anonymous for the merit of a shidduch for Sarah, Golda, Bas, Rivka, Main. Kyle sponsors. Today, a guy walks into the Beis Medrash, puts down 10 envelopes with 500 shekel per envelope. It was very nice, and he wrote on each one, Schos Zivuk Hagon. He wanted us to give to the 10 Yungelite that we have in the Koil. HY, maybe he meant you also. You're one of the Sunday Yungelite. HYK Ventures and the schus for success of all our clients. B'Yom and Daniel Rosenfeld, Baruch Ben Asa, MDY Kid sponsors, Kinovech Lucia, schus for Akiva Simcha Ben Fega, and Rivka Yehudis Basiaf Chaya, MDY Art, Month, Refor Shlema, Yonatan Edem, B'Shav Bracha, Refor Shlema, Mordechai Ben Esther, Refor Hayela, Daniel Zev, Ben Ayel Esther. I know that the refreshments tonight are sponsored by Zapaznik, Mordechai Zapaznik. I don't see it here. I know I printed it out. I thought I put it into our charts. Interesting. Maybe it's on the Daf Gimel chart. Okay. Rabbi Isai, here we go.
Show it to me.
Huh?
Show it tonight.
Tonight, I will show it tonight. Tonight is chart night. We go like this. The point, is going back to the Stone Age.
OG.
Yeah, Stone Age, 2 years ago. Yavamas, wasn't so long ago. Right before you. Yavamas is when it started, the screens. Yesterday we discussed the word kamishpat. Again, so let's take it back one step. If a person brings 2 birds, an oyla and a chadas birds, why would he bring those 2 birds? Because he cannot afford a carbon, can't afford an animal. So he brings 2 birds. Torah talks about a chatas. Then when the Torah talks about oyla, it says, do the oyla kamishpat, like the rules of the first one. Logically, you and I would read the pasuk like the first one would mean, not this oyla, like right before the oyla, which is the chatas bird. But no, We see the Tanna Kama says no. We're going to learn from Chatas Behema. I apologize how it's. I just threw it in like this. It's a little bit. It's all the same color and okay. Tanna Kama says Chatas Behema. That Kemishpat means I go back to something else, not even in the pasuk. I'm going to learn from the Mishpatim, from the rules of a Chatas Behema. What do I learn from it? Very simple. That you have to shecht an oilas ha'oif. This bird that we're talking about has to be during the day and with your right hand. Simple halacha. Rabbi Shmuel says another simple halacha. But he says Kemishpat means no, let's do what makes the most sense. I'm going to learn this oila bird from a Chatas bird. And so what do I learn from a Chatas bird? Where do you do malika? I do malika not on the head, but mul ha'irif. Across, where you can see it. Okay. The Gemara, I just want to point it out now, so I don't have to point it out. I will point it out again, but it'll be easier. So how did the other two learn this halacha that has to be mul ha'irif? Rabbi Shmuel learns it from the word kemishpat. How did the other two learn it? So that's the Gemara. Now we're holding on the final one. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon, what does he learn? Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai's son. First of all, Kemishpat is referring to the most logical way that I'm going to learn from the bird, the Chadas bird, just like Rabbi Shmuel learned. I'm not jumping to some other carbon, behema. We're talking about a bird in the pasuk. The soil should be Kemishpat. Like what? Kemishpat, like what we just said 2 words ago in the same pasuk. So he says the same exact thing as Rabbi Shmuel, but the outcome is different. Rabbi Shmuel learns the placement of the Malika, and Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon learns that the head and the body have to be connected to each other. Okay, so let's see that inside. Daf Chofalev Amud Beis all the way in the bottom. Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon Oimer, Kamishpad, Kamishpad Chadas Oif. Malahalon, Oiches, Beroish, Ubaguf, Umaza. So it's important to see this. I won't be able to show this tonight. The head, the body's all, obviously, a bird doesn't have that much blood. Don't get excited. What's hazah? You take a chatas of bird, you do malika, you put your finger right through the neck, and then you have to give it a little squirt on the mizbeach. If it's a oilat sa'if goes on top of the red line. What else goes on top of the red line? Stam for fun. A chatas behema goes on top of the red line. Okay. Afkan or so to an oila ichas b'rosh b'guf u'mazah. Michael Omar. What you have to? Yeah, it's 2 separate pieces. What's going on here? So, but Rabbi Elazar Rabbi Shimon says something different that we're not so familiar with. Hachik Omar. Ma'ala along kishu ochuz harosh b'guf u'mazah. By the chatas. There's a halacha called v'lo yavdil. Let's see if I can find the pasuk here. Yeah, here it is. Chaval, I didn't show these pasukim before. Okay, in the Hebrew. V'lo yavdil. There's a halacha that says you're not allowed to separate the head of a chatas. So I would think that the oil bird is similar to that. You can't be mavdil. Since it's halacha that they can't be separated, you can't do this. They have to be connected. Oh, there's actually. Oh, I didn't realize it's a magnet. Who did this for us? Maybe Elvis? No. Gewaldig. Geschmack. I like this. So, Afkan, Kshu Ochaz Aroish, Beguf, Umazeh. Also, you can mamish do a malika like. Wow. It's mamish like the tefillin. Whoops. Right back to normal. I love it. I'm learning new things every day. So you have to have the head and the body all together, and you do hazah. Interesting that we're talking about Rabbi Elazar Rabbi Shimon, but one of the Gedolim said, just so you could, he says, what's the idea behind when the Torah says by the chatas v'lo yavdil, you're not allowed to separate the head from the thing, and by oila there is a separation. He says, because the chatas, what's chatas? Chatas is, I forgot that it's Shabbos. So I forgot that it's Shabbos, get your head screwed on right. You have to have your head connected to your body. You have to be with it. But by Oila, it's a person that has a Hira Avera. Hira Avera, forget it. Disconnect your head. Your head is no good over here. So, so maybe by a Oila also, you should only sever one siman. That's different. So it comes out like this. V'krivei tells me that a oila is different than a chatos. A chatos, you're not allowed to sever. But a oila, a chatos is one siman, a oila is two simanim. But Kemishpat says that you cannot cut it completely, according to him. So Mela, you have something where you're cutting two simanim, but you're not cutting them completely. All right. You have two simanim, but you're not cutting completely. Says Gemara v'Tanakama v'chima achad and afkelon miv'malak v'hiktir. Yesterday we spoke about they have to cut the head completely. You have to sever the head. Malak v'hiktir. That you cut the head of the oila completely off. V'krivay lamali. So what is he going to do with the over here? V'krivay tells me that an oila is different. They have to sever. You have to get two simanim, but he already learned they have to cut the whole head off. So obviously you're getting the two simanim over there. Ilave krivay. So the Gemara is teaching us, and I think it's important because mamish it's shvuas, and shvuas is matan Torah. We're going into how to learn the psukim. It's a little bit more of a drasha, this Gemara right here, these next 5 lines. So Gemara says, Ilavi, I need all these words. Why? Ilavi krivai, without the krivai avamina, kamishpat chatasoiv. Why? Think about it. What does Tanakama say? Let's go back to Tanakama. Tanakama says that I'm not learning from a bird, I'm learning from a behema. But what's the pashtus? Pashtus I should learn from the bird. I should learn bird from bird. I should learn a oila soif from a chata soif. So I would think, without the word vikrivoi, that I'm going to learn, the Tanakh should learn, like Rabbi Shmuel, like Rabbi Elazar, Rabbi Shimon, that I'm learning the oila from a chata's bird, not from a chata's animal. That what? So what am I going to learn from the bird? I'm going to learn that you shouldn't do Havdalah. I shouldn't sever the head. Don't sever heads. Learn from an animal. You don't sever the head. It says Umalak v'hiktir l'chayr, which is mashma that you do sever head. No, that I can learn something else completely. Oh. Where do I put the bird? At the end of the day, I put the bird over here on top. So if I put the bird on top, maybe the malika should also be on top, meaning anything above the red line is on top. So I should be standing over here on this blue sidewalk, this ramp. What do we call it? Soivev. Stand over here and do malika over there, which is a true halacha. We're going to go with that halacha at the end. But that's what I would say the pasuk Malak v'hiktir comes for. Says Gemara, but hasha the koser rachmana v'krivai. That what? V'krivai, that a oila is different than a chatos. V'krivai, I'm separating myself. V'krivai, only it. It meaning only the oila. So oila is different than a chatos. So then the word kamishpat is coming to say that's what I'm going to learn from Kamishpat. I'm going to learn from Kamishpat that a oil is different than the chatos. So I'm going to learn 2 things from the Vikrivai. Vikrivai tells me, A, that you should actually do the malik on top, and B, that there's the halacha that you shouldn't, according to him at least, you shouldn't sever the head. Or by oila, there is Havdalah. Yeah? Which I'll hold on a second. Because I thought for a second that we're still in Rebbe Elazar Rebbe Shimon. Victor Avamino Maktor Belgium is there is Havdalah over here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, oh yeah, maybe you're right. Hold on, we are talking about Tanakama here. Yeah, but Tanakama, right? Tanakama. So no, Tanakama. There is a Havdalah. Havdalah. So I'm learning. I'm going to learn those two things. Thank you. Talking with Tanakama, Havdalah, and that the Malika happens on top of the Mizbeach. Now, there's three things that we learned in the Gemara before. This is the lashon in the Gemara. Tanakama. Then I'm going to learn the oila bird from a chatas animal. What am I learning? Chullin, bayoim, ubiyadi imanis. Just like an animal, you can't buy a chatas animal with Meiser Sheni money. I have to use my own private money. So too, the bird, I can't buy it with your own private money. I need to use. I can't buy it with Meiser Sheni money. I have to use my own private money. Also has to be done during the day, and has to be done with my right hand. So we're going to go one by one. Easier halachas here. Says Gemara, short halachas. Chatas be'ima de'nabah, thank you. De'nabah ela min achulim min olam. Meichet eisa. That a chatas, a behema, you could only purchase with your own money. Maybe you could use Meiser Sheni money. I could buy anything with Meiser Sheni money, any food. So maybe chatas be'ima is food. Omar Rav Chizda Makrov Hikr Varin is parachatas shaloi mishaloi v'lo mishat tzibur. Says Rashi. It says over here asherloi. In this pasuk, you can see it over here. It says it twice. Asher loy, asher loy. I'm going to learn two things from it. First of all, you cannot purchase it from the community fund. And also, you cannot purchase it from Meiser Sheni money. Bayoim. I could only shecht a oila bird during the day. Ask the Gemara, how do I know that? I know that from Chatos, from the Chatos. That's what I learned from. What's the word? Kamishpat. Yeah? Kamishpat. Kamishpatoi. What's the word? Kamishpatoi? Kamishpat. Yeah. So, ask Gemara, I don't need the word Kamishpat to teach me Bayom. I don't need to learn from a Chatos. I learned from, there's a general rule that all karbanas in the Beis HaMikdash must be done during the day. Very interesting story. They say about Remeir Simcha, the Meshech Chochma. He was once very, very happy during the day. And somebody asked him, what's going on? So he said that he had a dream that there was in Shemayim there was a kpeda that people are not mechadash chidushim. So comes the Rashba and says, there's a person by the name of Meir Simcha with Vinsk. He's mechadash chidushim. Baraya, the Rashba had a kasha on this Gemara. It says that if there's a havamina that you could shecht a oil bird at night. You need a pasuk for it. He says, why would there ever be a havamina you shecht a oil bird at night? So the Rashba took out, he was goyer something else. And Remeir Simcha said no, because there's a havamina because of imurim. Imurim could do at night. Maybe this also could do at night. Oila saif. And the Rashba says that's a good pshat. It's emes. It's an emes of pshat. And Mishamayim, so he had to know that in Shamayim they were masking this pshatim that they called him a Baal Machadash. But I thought it's interesting on this Gemara. It says Gemara. So if I could already learn this out from a Biyam Tzavoy, so why am I learning out from a Chatos that you need to do it during the day? Kedina Azma, you're right. I learned it out from Biyam Tzavoy, so every single carbon in the world happens during the day. But it just threw it in there. Yeah, it looks part of the list. Let's see the list again. That's you have to purchase it from Chullin money during the day and with your right hand. Zog the Gemara. Yodei Ayimanis. How do you know your right hand? Most of you would know this answer. You know why? Because we learned it in Zvachim a number of times. We learned it in Menachas. The what? The word koyin and the word etzba. So how does it work? Says the Gemara, what are you telling me? You're learning it from a pasuk, from chatos. We went through this. With the Rabbi Chana, you can learn that from Rabbi Chana. Rabbi Chana, Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish. Either or, if it says the word etzba, it means the right hand. If it says the word kohen, it means the right hand. So what is he going to do? Kuna by etzba, etzba lo by kuna. We said it over there. All the times we learned it. The man that says no, you need both.
Okay. Do I need to be ma'aker?
We'll leave it for that sugya. But you need both. You need the word kohen and you need the word etzba. And Memela by oila it doesn't say the word etzba. It only says kohen. So I wouldn't know that you need yamin. That's why I have to learn it out from chatos. Now, if we go back to this Geschmacka chart, why I say Geschmack, because it's all here. I pointed it out when we learned it. Rabbi Shmuel says, what do I learn from Chatas Haif? The location of Melika. Where's the location of Melika? Mul Oirif, down there on the neck. No, so how does Tanna Kama learn it? How does Rabbi Elazar ben Shimon learn it? Rabbi Shmuel is using up the whole word, kamishpat. I learned from kamishpat. But Tanna Kama already used up kamishpat for something else. How are they going to learn this idea? Says the Gemara, Tanna Kama Rabbi Elazar ben Shimon Mul Oirif min Aluhu. No, I like these charts because it's less mesubach. It brings it all down. I don't know who the Tanna Kama is. I don't know who Elazar Shimon is. What?
Whole two daf in one shot. It's perfect.
Ad kedi kach. Mimul oif minalu. So how do you know this halacha? Gamri, I have another one for Daf Chav Gimel, also the same idea. Gamri melika mimelika. Once I know how you do melika and chatos, so I'm going to learn melika in all the Torah. It's called a memetzinu. It's not a real hekesh. It's a memetzinu. What's memetzinu? Just like I find over here the idea of melika is mulayref. So too, anywhere in the Torah where it says the word melika, even by ayla, it's mulayref. Givaldik. From here on out is super easy. Mamish super easy. I told Ayla it's going to take 7 minutes. It took me 70 minutes, but don't worry. It's going to, no, seriously, it should only take
7 minutes.
Is that a warning?
It's a challenge.
Okay, let's call it 15 minutes.
It's more than that, it's a foul on the play.
If it's more than 15 minutes, you'll have a time. Says the Mishnah like this. Oh, I asked Israeli kids and they didn't know. So I'll just say it without asking. There's a good way to remember one of these. There's a pigeon and there's a dove. Okay, there's a toyer and there's a bnei yoina. One of them has to be a mature or an adult. Yeah. And bnei yoina, what's bnei yoina? What do you?
These kids,
Yeah? It's pasha to you.
Your rules, no?
Okay.
Chazor.
Oh, I said it before. Okay, good. Great. It's very pasha. Good. So now it's pasha to all the new guys. Bnei yoina, which the whole Torah always says bnei yoina. The Torah will never say yoina. So it means always how do you say ifrach in English? Chick, which is whatever age that is. It's a very small, basically what I brought to the shir the other day, maybe slightly older.
It's a better way of doing it. A tar who waits online, only adults.
That's not a better way. That's a much worse way. First of all, it depends what country you're in. Yeah. I told you in my house, I was in Reb Chaim Kanievsky's house, waiting there in a massive line up the stairs, the whole thing. And some guy with a frock and a whole thing comes, just pushes away, like, excuse me, sir, what are you doing? He says, what am I doing? Well, in your business, what I'm doing. Like, there's a line there, they're charetz. He says, what does it say anywhere in the Shulchan Aruch? He starts arguing me in halacha whether he's allowed to run the line. So,
Where is he buried?
you mean, nah, you don't go to Reb Chaim Kanievsky on such a high note. One time in Ben Gurion, I embarrassed my wife because a Russian couple, they didn't have koyach to wait on this whole line going to passports, so they cut the whole line. So I'm like, get to the back of the line. So no. So I took their little suitcases, I grabbed the suitcase, and I put it all in the back of the line. And I think then they got the hint that I'm a Meshugana and they shouldn't cut me in the line. Oh, no. The worst time ever, 3-hour line in COVID. You remember those 3-hour lines in Ben-Gurion? And a guy cut me at hour number 3. Oh, yeah, did I have... Yeah, I wasn't going to have that.
Did the 7 minutes start yet?
But Zog the Gemara. That was probably the worst line I ever stood on. Remember? There's nobody there. Nobody waited. And the guy's not going to wait. He comes, stops there. Zog the Gemara. Mishnah. Kosher b'toyrim, pasul b'nei yoina, kosher b'nei yoina, pasul b'toyrim. In other words, what's a toy, Rabbi say? An adult, mature dove. So whatever is kosher by a toy, an adult, is pasul b'nei yoina. It has to be a chick, a ben yoina. We're going to start going with that. It's very easy to remember. B'nei yoina is the children of a yoina, the babies. So you can't bring an adult. Kosher, what do you guys like more? The word adult or mature when it comes to pigeons? Is it a good shaila?
I'm an adult and I'm not mature. So.
What would you prefer to translate?
Adult. Sure. It's adult and adult.
In our Gemara it says adult. In the Art Scroll it says mature. I thought mature was the better way, but then AI agrees with them, with our Gemara. It says the common usage language in a scientific paper you use mature, but when people talk they call it an adult. I thought adults aren't humans, but okay, I was wrong, and that's how our Gemara, the official Gemara, says it. Okay, Zog the Gemara. Sorry, kosher b'nei yoina, and if it's supposed to be a chick, a ben yoina, possible b'dar, so you can't bring it as a dove. What's a dove? Just remind the here we have beautiful pictures. First of all, this is a dove, not this one. This one. But Yoshi did a whole thing, Tyrim, shows you how he basically made this up with AI, a whole thing with AI. It's he created this chart. I don't know how accurate it is, but it gives you some sort of, these are all bad. So the green is once it hits a certain level of gold on its wing or on its neck, depending. So that is already mature, and it's 100 days, 120 days old. When it comes to the yaina, it's the exact opposite. You don't want to take a really small one, because that we're going to see soon is a problem, but it has to be before a certain age, which is interesting. You have to catch them. This is the season right now, to chop them and bring them. I don't know what you do like during the year when they're not being born over there.
You can bring guitar.
Oh, right. So you bring Tyrim, right. You can't bring B'nai Yaina. So all these pigeons are worthless for us. Half the year. Torah Rabbanan. Tyrim G'doilim Ksherim. So I'm telling you that this is super easy, this Gemara, because it's just like, you're going to shake your head. What's going on here? Why all these words? Tyrim G'doilim Ksherim. If it's a mature dove, it's kosher. K'tanim Psulim is possible. B'nai Yaina, if they're the chicks, K'tanim Ksherim, they're great. G'doilim Psulim, but the pigeon, adult, mature ones are possible. Nimtza mamish chazar to the Mishnah. Kosher b'tayrim, possible b'nei yoina. Kosher b'nei yoina, psulim b'nei tayrim. Possible b'tayrim. So if it's kosher for a pigeon, it's possible for a dove. Torah rabbanan tayrim. G'doilim v'lo iktanim. Shiyachav v'leidinu. I would think this is a kavachaymer, the simplest kavachaymer in Shas. When it comes to the chick of a pigeon, it's not good when it's an adult. It's only good when it's a chick. The dove, which has a special milo, you could bring him as an adult, and it did. So certainly you can bring it as a chick. No. Have a meal. And now we're going to do the same kavachomer all over again, the opposite way. You can only bring the chicks of a yaina. I think this is kavachomer. The doves, which are puzzle when they are chicks, but they're kosher when they're adults. So certainly the pigeons, where they have a milo that you can bring them when they're babies. So certainly when they're adults. Talmud Loim B'nei Yoina, Ktanim L'Gdoilim. My Talmud, how do you see it from here? Omarava L'Lishtamid Kro, the Lashon is interesting. L'Lishtamid Kro V'Lichtoi Min B'nei Atorim Oim Min HaYoina. There's never in the Torah do you see the Torah using the word B'nei referring to the Torim. Min B'nei Torim. And never will you see the word Yoina come by itself. It's always B'nei Yoina. It's never ever B'nei Torim, and it's never ever Yoina. It's always B'nei Yoina, meaning the babies of a Yoina, and the adult Torim. A few examples I put together here. Mitzayra. By Mitzayra it says, V'asas achad min ha-Torim, B'nei Yoina. By Zav it says Torim B'nei Yoina. And by Naz it says Torim B'nei Yoina. And by Oil B'Yoina it says Torim B'nei Yoina. And by Oiladis it says Torim B'nei Yoina. Kids, the entire Torah, anytime it mentions birds, always Torim B'nei Yoina. You know, the Ramban says, why not get these type of birds? Why not eagles? Why not Chveis Nishvas? So he says, because these are the only birds that have a partner for life. They never have anybody else. And if you take one egg away from a pigeon, that's it. That egg that hatches never has a mate. As we Zakman. An almana never finds a shidduch. In Morocco, the guy kept on showing us that the almana in Morocco, for the first 4 months and 10 days of an almanos, she wears all white. So if you go in the market and you see somebody all white, it's an almana. That's an almana. Almana. Yusuf. Remember? He didn't tell you guys? Busy telling me, showing me every 5 minutes. A lot of almanas. Okay, I said, how do you know? Maybe they're making it up. Maybe they just want, to collect money or whatever. No, this is real. Says Gemara. And they also have something interesting. They're not allowed to get married for 4 months and 10 days. After they become almana, we have 3 months. It's 4 months that you can't get married. White clothing. Everybody knows almana. Ask me if the men also have to wear something special. Ma pitam shtos. Eima. B'nei Yoina, the cause of Rachmana, ask the Gemara. Oh, tell you more the Gezach. Talking about eagles and birds. So I have a little bit of Isafa today. A little bit of a knech. That's a question. A person could have yush when it comes to Shavuos. Yush. I'm already 53 years old. Every year, I'm Makabel Matan Torah, I'm Makabel Torah again. So what are you different than last year? You have the same kasha on Rosh Hashanah and you Kabbalahs, but this Kabbalahs at Torah. What do you Makabel today that you didn't do last year, and the year before, and the year before? Enough already. You tried, you failed. So what are you doing? So the Kedushas Levi says, Kedushas Levi, the Kavod Yantif, the Kavod Achdus, bring from the Kedushas Levi. He says, V'esso eschem al kamfen yesharim, v'avi eschem elai. I'll carry you on the wings of an eagle, and David HaMelech says, and I'll bring you to me. So says Rashi and Tehillim over there, why it was Nesharim? It's a chiddush. What's a Nesher? Nesher means that it's feathers, nosher. What's a nosher? Nosher means they fall out. The feathers of the eagle fall out every single year, says Rashi. I looked it up today. Google it. Every single year they fall out. It's called molting. Molting in English. The feathers of the eagle, even its wings, it says, I asked the wings, yeah, wings also. Zog the Rebbeinu Shalom, with a little twist, with a little, says, maybe not this I saw my porch. Whoever wants to come after Shirk is welcome to come. No, I'm just kidding. There's a bird on my porch, not a pigeon, the other bird, the one that makes all sounds. I forgot what it's called. It can make any sound, of a tractor, of a lawnmower. It could actually imitate human beings. It's not a parrot. It's one of those brown black birds. No, they're all over the neighborhood there. They're mean birds. Anyways, they're on my porch. They built a nest there for weeks, and Elia came, saw the nest, knocked it down. I saw this with my own eyes. The bird came, was in shock. It just spent, I don't know how long, building the nest. Look. Am I in the right spot? And then it jumped to the floor on my porch, and it found one branch. We swept it up, but one branch was there. Took the branch, put it in. That was the Hanacha 7 Apino. From that moment on, it was 3 weeks ago, I came back from Morocco. It's still doing the same exact thing. It and its partner, I don't know which one, the entire day, from sunrise to sunset, and maybe a little bit beyond sunset, it goes and brings branches. Yoimon v'laylo. Every 2 minutes, it's another branch. What it already had built a month ago, nachamo. And I look, it's massive. I'm just going to let it be. It's not as annoying as a pigeon. And it's unbelievable, every 2 minutes. Is anybody going to give him an award for going every 2 minutes? No. But human beings are not like that. You take a cow. What does a cow do? Every single day, it's going to walk 3 miles that way. It's going to eat a bunch of grass and walk back 3 miles. Shalom Yisrael. Human being is very different, the opposite. Human being, it goes 3 miles, goes this one day. The next day, it forgets. It's too lazy, so it doesn't do it. Next day, it does 4 miles. Every day, something different. Every day is a struggle. It's mamash a struggle with human beings. That's what a human being is. So says the pasuk, "V'esayeschem akamvin esharim," that Akadosh Baruch is saying, "Fakert." That's the human struggle. Everybody struggles. Everybody has a struggle, right? You look around you, you'll know. This guy struggles with smoking. This guy struggles with drinking too much. This guy struggles with going on the internet too much. Whatever it is, everybody in their struggle. But that's a human being. And that's the Vart. Every year we have to shed our wings, we have to shed our feathers and go again. That's why Dafka the Nesha. That's why we go with the eagle. With the eagle. And that's why it's every year. Every year, yeah, you're right. Last year you said you're going to be Makabal, you Makabal a little bit, you learned this, you were supposed to do more. But today it's a new year, and it's a new Shavuos, we'll be a Chosin Torah, we're going with a new Shavuos, with a new bread, with new wings, Makabal the Torah anew. Because we're human beings, and that's how human beings do it. It's always, if you're the guy that every single day you're the machine and everything, then you're not a human. Then you're a behemoth. That's the chiddush here. So, as a chiddush for not a chiddush it, but this new deher that an animal, that's what they do. The mamish, they go and they go and they go and they go. We know it from the ant, but over here it's I saw b'chush. 3 weeks straight, every minute, another breath, another breath, another breath, another. You can't stop it. But that's a behemoth. That's a oif. It has no bechira. It has nothing. It has no struggle. He's not an alcoholic. He has nothing. That's what he does. He's a branchaholic. He's a whatever-holic. But he does his thing. So for us to say, oh, I should have been like this, and to be all upset at ourselves, that we didn't do more with it, then you're not human.
Sticks to it.
Oh, sticks to it. I was like that. That's a good one. That's not a bad one.
So if that's the Vart of Nakudas Abachira. Your Nakudas Abachira switches every different time.
Hello, a woman. He didn't get the memo.
One.
What? What one?
1 hour. That was the memo he was talking about.
I was talking about his memo. He told me he's coming tonight to help out, and I see him here. It's not. You thought it's now?
Yeah, I thought it was now.
Oh! The ice cream is in the bag. The ice cream is there. You should bring out 2 ice creams, not for the adults, for these guys. Are you coming tonight?
It's B'nai Yaina.
B'nai Yaina. B'nai Yaina, bring 2, just 2. But once you bring 2, you might as well bring. Do you guys want? Anybody fleshik here? Bring. You want? Reb Shabsai wants. You want? You want the ice cream?
Please.
Bring a bunch out. For these guys, it's tzaddikim that came here.
If he stopped anyway, since I joined,
Yeah.
I'm going to be here for
since I joined the Shia, every Shavuos is a build up of last year's Shavuos. We didn't forget about it.
What does it mean?
So many people on the groups are talking about how Shavuos this year.
Wow. Shkoyach.
One second. After all this is going to be.
Give a shot.
What was it called again?
Huh?
Symphonious? What was it called?
Which one?
It's going to be making noise.
Missymphonia. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. No, you can have now. What are we saying? That you built? Shabsei says that every year since the Shir, every Shavuos, he builds upon the next and builds upon. You're growing and growing. But the Kabbalahs are working.
After 53, we have now.
What?
We accept the Torah. Next year, build up.
Gewaldig. But small steps. Small steps. Gewaldig.
When you get to Shavuos, you realize how people have been counting on the groups, how much they've done since last Shavuos. It's like a new Rosh Hashanah. It's like a new 700 that. People are counting how much they've done.
You changed my
Someone.
life. Binyamin Schwartz sends his love.
By the way, we have cameras facing the door also. It's not like in the olden days. The camera's right on you right now. Yeshua Aaron Price. From the Maschilim, from day one. From day one he was here. All right. Zog the Gemara. Where are we?
There's only one of those in every daf.
By the way, we're only getting to Bayir B'Zeira, and we're 5 minutes in. We have 2 more minutes to finish. Ema b'nei yoyna d'chsiv. I don't see the duration. This duration can't be. It's 47 minutes into Shir? No. Can't be. Ema, says the Gemara, I'm a chulik on that.
He's in denial and he's not wet.
Ema b'nei yoyna d'chsav b'rachmana. Says the Gemara, you know what? Let's make a pshara here. Let's make a. How do you say pshara in English? A compromise. Thank you. Let's make a compromise. What is it? B'nei yoyna, we chab. B'nei means the children, their babies, great. I'm not going to argue on that. But the word Tairim, maybe that I could argue. At least give me that one. Tairim, maybe I could bring a small Tair also. Maybe I can bring either or. Says Amar, no, Dumi de B'nei Yoyna. It's Mamash HaHekesh. Ma B'nei Yoyna K'tanim In, G'dolim Loi, after him G'dolim In, K'tanim Loi. You agree to me that B'nei Yoyna means only the babies, the chicks? So then you have to agree with me that Torah means only the adults. Torah Rabbanon, Yochel, you call Torah M'chol B'nei Yoyna Ksherim. I would say that all doves and all pigeons, or the baby pigeons of the world, the chicks, are all kosher for a korban. If I asked you, is that true? You'll know right away. You could eat the ice cream. Eat the ice cream before it melts. I'm serious. No?
It won't melt in 2 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even hear him open it up. Bemis. It's much better like this. It's mamish bal tashuk. The Torah says, look at this. Let me just show you. I can't. I don't want to. Okay, let me show you this first. This is our youngest artist. Let's call him the youngest.
Sweetie,
Nachman.
I'm gonna feed you so good until you're big enough for the Beit HaMikdash. What's gonna be, my little dove? You've been here a whole week and you haven't grown even a little bit.
One quick ad and we're back. Is your kid staying short? Gadlon. 98% of customers report 8 centimeters of growth per month.
Gadlon. How are you? Your son looked confused. Look at him.
He didn't know what it's a reference to.
It went right over his head. Okay, so I thought it was only for children, that one. I guess it's not for either. Okay. Not for big tired children. They're adults already. So says the Gemara like this. Oh, I was trying to show you the min. If I can find it. Where's the same min? I know I saw it. Maybe I saw it on a different daf. Okay, maybe I put it on Daf Yomi. That's so weird. Beseder. So, says the Gemara, what do I learn from the word min? It says min ator, min b'nei ayona. The word min is extra. Min not every pigeon or dove is available for the Mizbeach. Prat, like the Mishnah mentioned that when it starts becoming yellow, then you can no longer use it. Oh, here, right here. Okay. Oops. Shkoyach. You threw it in? Thank you. Minator, maybe fine. But let's see this picture again. Let's say the Torah. When it starts becoming yellow, no good. Or the Bnei Yoina starts becoming yellow, it's too old. Says Gemara. When can a dove become kosher? Mishiyazhivu, when they become gold. Over here it's zayin, means gold. And when does a chick become too old? Mishiyatzivu, when they become yellow. Tony, Yaakov Karcha, says Yaakov Karcha, Mimosai b'nei yonik sherim. When does a pigeon become kosher? So it's interesting, when we had the pigeon here, the little baby, the chick, 2 days ago. When was it? 2 days ago? So someone in the Hebrew Shir screamed out, he goes, gross. Mom, like that, something like that. I was like, it's like Kodesh Baruch Hu's bria, I don't know, gross. But Rashi says a lashon here to explain this Gemara. Says Rashi, oh yeah, I forgot to show it. I'll just say it. Says Rashi, Dibra Maskim Moshe b'nei yonik sherim. The biyom shenoldu, the day they're born, mu'usimheim, they are gross. I want to be mechadish, b'shus, all the women of Klal Yisrael. I think all human beings, the day they're born, are kind of alien-looking, gross. And as I said it in the Hebrew Shir, all of a sudden Benny gets a picture from his sister, Mazel Tov. We had a baby girl, one of these. No, pretty cute. You know, you're supposed to say he's so cute, but what do you mean cute? Gray, the color is mamish off, face is fashmushed. Like, oh, what a cute baby! Wow, mamish. Okay, but anyway, Rashi says Mos. You don't bring something like that to the Beis Hamikdash. What do you bring? Something that looks like this, you're going to bring to the Beis Hamikdash? Seriously. This guy, right over here. This looks normal to you to bring to the Beis Hamikdash? So Mela, that's what the Gemara is asking. So at what point, yes? Oh, I'll tell you when. So the Gemara, Mishialu. 2 ayins over there. Mishialu. What does that mean? Hutanila, Vuamarla. He said this word and explains it. Efreichav Ya'alu Dom, when the chick starts bleeding, Emas Omar Abai, what does it mean? When its wing, when its feather, I guess, or wing gets pulled out of it, Vasi Dama. It has to be old enough that a little blood comes out. So this is a little gross, but this is from one of our top 2 artists. Let's call him that. He's a teacher in a school. He teaches AI art, and he's Baruch Hashem. I mean, we have him for a while now, but he's just. If you look at his work, is very. You can see right away that he's no longer a baby now. So he kicks his pacifier backwards. He walks up and anyway.
Good driver after the first accident.
What?
You're a good driver after the first accident.
As I stated. Okay. Did your son get this one or not? Okay. So we're gonna stop here. I just want to say one thing. There's a Maisa, but I want to make a twist to this Maisa. This is the covered Shapsi Cohen, the Chaverov. There was a Maisa where somebody saw his friend's chicken and really wanted it. He had a taiva for his friend's chicken. So he asked his friend if he could have his chicken. He said no. So what did he do? He took the chicken without asking him. His friend comes knocking on the door. He heard his friend knocking on the door. He pulled out all the feathers right away. Friend comes into the house. He says, "Can I have my chicken back?" He says, "I don't have your chicken. I don't know what you're talking about." He says, "Let me check." See, it's not your chicken. It's chicken without wings, without feathers. So we went to the Rav. The Rav said, what did the Rav say? You don't know what the Rav said? The Rav said, open up the door, see where the chicken goes. If the chicken goes to the neighbor, then it's the neighbor's. If the chicken stays in this house, it's this guy's house. Efshem, ich kann sagen, ich habe getracht sagen, ich habe gefleckt sagen. Maybe you could say that by the Rebbeinu Shalom, he doesn't look at how long your rekel is, how long your payas are, how long your beard is, how black your hat is. If you have a gun, if you wear green things, that it's nothing. You have to come to the Rebbeinu Shalom basically naked. And where's your head? In what direction are you facing? Are you Ben Torah? Do you go to the Beis Medrash or you go over here? That's all that matters to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So all these feathers, all the shtusim, and that's Baruch Hashem, we could say here in MDY, day, every single day, you have the Chassid and the Yerushalmi and the Tziyoni, and even in this room, we have people that say Hallel and Yom Ha'atzmaut with the bracha, and we have a very small oilam here. So Hallel with the bracha, and we're his own grandchild. No bracha. We'll say without no bracha. But you get the idea. We have all sorts of people on a typical day. We have people with bracha, without a bracha. I said this before. People that if you say bracha, they'll spit at you, and then people if you don't say bracha, they'll spit at you. But not in this place. In this place, we come without feathers. There's no chitzoyin, because chitzoyin is be'etzim, doesn't matter at all. It matters if you're on a high madrega and you're doing the right thing. So, Rabbi Yossel is here. Rabbi Yossel does 2 shiurim a day. Huh? You got the tzitzis on the outside. You got the tzitzis on the outside, the rekel under this, and was noch?
I got the Zoom speaking from the sheet.
Gewaldig. But 1 minute, it's not. Don't worry, it's not going to be a short. You don't have to make it a short.
Tell you one thing. I was in bed.
You're in bed.
I was sleeping. I was planning to come to the Hebrew sheet.
Yeah.
I slept, and then I had another sheet. I started watching the sheet of Me'aricha.
Yeah, before that, yeah.
Then I saw
You have 30 seconds because it's going to be an hour and 30 seconds.
I come in a Zoom, and I said, okay, I'll stay in bed with the Zoom. Then I heard the story with the eagle, and I'm the eagle. I said, I'm going to get dressed.
You're the eagle. You're the eagle. What? What size?
My name is Eagle.
So he says the eagle. So you heard the shir. This is a yid that does the shir twice a day, in Hebrew and in English. And I said it's even more than twice a day. Why? Because he puts it in his store and he hears it over and over. Rabbi Sai, have a freilichen yontiv, a gute yontiv. Yishkoyach for coming. We'll see you. You should be mischazik, chazak, and learn stark. Regular time.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.